Hey everyone, it's Prime. I'm super close to the camera, so sorry if it feels like I'm invading your space, but a lot of people have been asking questions about the transverse lunge, both in the app group, messaging me, emailing me, and asking just in general in the group as well. So I wanted to go over it because it is not a difficult exercise, but if you've never done it before, it's kind of weird. And also my dryer is going, so it might feel like I'm yelling at you when I get further away from the camera. So I'm gonna try and show you from a couple of different angles and give you some ideas on some ways that you can tweak your transverse lunge so that you feel it a little bit more. But the thing that's really important to note about the transverse lunge that I want you to know is that this is a hip stability exercise. So you may not feel like you're just crushing your glutes and they're like really pumped at the end of this. What we're trying to do is really get our hips to stabilize when we're transferring our weight back and forth diagonally, which is something that's really important when we skate, especially for our lateral movement. So that's the purpose of this exercise. We're really working on our hip stabilizers more so than strength, which means that if you still haven't figured out the form, don't use weight until you figure it out and you start to feel some of those hip stabilizers being challenged as you do it. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna show it to you. Hopefully you can see me. Okay, so we're gonna go from the side first. So if I'm in a room and I'm like facing this way, what I really wanna do is step open my shoulders and my hips and step back towards the corner of the room. And as I do that, I'm gonna make sure that the leg that's staying stationary, which in this case is gonna be my left leg, I'm gonna open up towards you, is gonna stay straight, and that toe and foot are pointing forward. So this hip and this leg are staying where they are. When I open up, a lot of us tend to, and this is normal, right, because we're used to being in this crab position in roller derby, so a lot of us tend to step back a lot more than we should. So I really want to step out at like slightly more than, so this would be 90 degrees, slightly more than a 90-degree angle, but not way back. So again, like I'm aiming for the back corner of this room back here as I open up. So I'm gonna open up, point my toe towards that back corner and kind of land that foot. And you can be anywhere in this transition right here. This leg staying straight. And then the end piece of the transverse lunge is that I need to transfer my weight, which is still kind of over here on this straight leg, into this bent leg. So this is where the lunge part comes in, right? I'm lunging forward and I'm transferring my weight over here. And so now you should kind of feel it in these hip stabilizers right here and then in your glute med, which is your side butt. And then you're going to press back up. I bent this leg, which I shouldn't do, but that's because I lost the momentum. And then you're gonna do it again. Okay? You may find, like for me, stepping out with my right leg is my weak side. And so I can't quite like open up my toe quite as much as I need to. And so oftentimes that toe points out this way at like a 90-degree angle. And that's okay too, right? Like you'll get that range of motion the more you do this exercise. So I'm opening up, I'm not stepping back, I'm stepping out and then pointing my toe back towards that corner and then coming down. Okay, so I'm gonna show you from the front so you can see kind of how big that step is and that my foot's not going straight back, but it's kind of opening out. So again, I'm gonna stay here, my stationary leg and foot are gonna stay pointing forward. I'm gonna aim towards this back corner of the room. You can actually kind of see it now. This room is small, so that back corner is a really extreme angle, but that's kind of what I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna open up, point that toe, come out a little bit. See, so my foot is out a little bit further than back, right? I don't want to be doing this. I'm not trying to get into a side surfing position. So I'm gonna open up towards that back corner. My toe is pointing towards that back corner. I'm gonna finish the transition of weight into this hip, and then I'm gonna stand back up to top. Okay, the length of the step kind of depends on how comfortable you feel. If you are just figuring out like how to step out and point towards the back of the room, then it can be a really small step, especially on your weak side. You may really need to focus on transferring that weight. But if you're more comfortable, you're more flexible, you're stronger, you're on your strong side, then you can really open way up. Like this is a full lunge step for me. Like this leg is fully extended. My knee is kind of over my ankles, a little bit pushing towards my toes, which is fine. And then I'm gonna step back up to top. I already did my workout with all these, so I'm a little bit tired. But After you watch that tutorial, sorry, I'm yelling again because my dryer's still going, but after you watch the tutorial, if you have any more questions or if you want to post your transverse lunge video underneath this thread so that I can look at it and give you some tweaks, then please do so. This is actually a super helpful exercise for all of the things we do on skates, and we all need a little bit more stability in our hips. So I want to make sure that everybody gets it right. That's it. So again, if you have any questions or you want to share your form video for transverse lunges or anything else, you can post it below. And I don't always do videos like this, but if a lot of people are asking questions, I can always do things like this. So just ask questions and I'll do my best to help you. Happy Wednesday. I hope you have your workout planned if you're doing it. I finished mine early, so I'm gonna go have breakfast. Okay, bye.